in addition to it, in conjunction with it.
Hello, everybody.
There it
See?
goes.
Hello, everybody. Hello, hello, hello. We're going to give y'all a minute to come in. We know it's been weeks.
I know.
It's been live, child. Life has been what?
Life.
Life.
Lifing. Life has been lifing. All of us got so different schedules and so much stuff going on. So we're going to give a few minutes for people to come in the room, come in the room, come in the room. I don't think we were too late, 3 minutes late. So let's see. Let's see. You may not get nobody on here tonight. The game on.
The game on,
The game off.
and
The
people
game
fussing
on.
and arguing about why they lost.
Yeah.
Chess is on.
People crying.
Oh,
So
let me share it.
we may not get many on here tonight. Let me share it on Andrea Gates' platform. Let me see. Share it on a couple of places. Hey y'all, speak to us when you come in. Yeah, I'm echoing bad.
It's like sometimes.
Yeah, it's
It
crazy.
might be a low register.
Huh?
You know, your voice is low.
Gosh, shut up. You ain't even make no sense. You just
You tried, didn't try?
right.
Okay.
That didn't make
Got a
no sense.
low register.
Let me
Queese,
see.
how
I'm
your feet
so
doing? They tender?
There they go. I don't see nobody
who
saying
feed?
it. Yo, y'all talk to us. Hey, Angela.
All
Who
that
feed
jumping
my
in the
feet?
store last night. Yeah.
They probably mad at
Baby,
us. We have been
my feet be
gone.
like Heinz
Sorry.
feet.
They be like, what?
Heinz feet.
When I said hi,
Like a deer, baby.
I know you be
They
needing
been, you know, you making me to
fans.
walk upon high places.
What I
I better
say?
enjoy it for the next few years because it's going to change things.
I ain't
I
gonna
don't
say
be
that. I'm
feeling
not
that.
speaking that, Queesa.
Oh God, I'm
Huh?
so weak.
Hey, Veronica. How are you? Hey, Rasilia.
Hey, y'all.
Guys.
Oh,
Okay, listen, we're gonna jump right in. So I'm gonna try to step back because it seems like I'm the only one that's making all the noise. So I'm gonna try to talk low like this. So y'all like
it's your
this.
register. I told you it's your register.
Y'all like
Decibels.
y'all like that, don't y'all? Okay. Hey, LaShondria. So listen, we're gonna talk about what we learned in 2023. So, what lessons, what were our biggest lessons that we learned? And I don't like to say New Year's resolutions because, just what are we going to do better going forward? What are our intentions? What are we going to be more intentional about? What are we going to prioritize in the year that we now are in? Okay, so Pauletta, I'm gonna throw it to you, then Juna, then Queese, and I'll come back around at the end. So, Pauletta, what were your greatest lessons from 2023, and what intentionality are you going to apply to 2024?
Oh,
Hey,
my goodness.
Adrian.
My greatest lesson. Um, that I am stronger and smarter than I think.
Hmm.
And I'm gonna say this because this dissertation, especially these last few months of 23, has really like had me in a chokehold, you know. And while even like I'll give you an example, like even when I had to defend my proposal, like like I had so much anxiety and I did it and it went well. And my dissertation chair is just like, Pauletta, you got this. Like you'll be all anxious and you the product that you're giving us is what we're looking for. And so but because I'm constantly self-doubting, constantly, like I don't think I'm gonna be able to make it, I don't think, um I learned through this process, and I'm
Mhm.
as I'm going that I'm stronger and I'm smarter, and to stop self-doubting myself,
Good.
to just do it and understand that this whole thing, this was not a good idea. This was a God idea, because I was denied twice, and then on the third time, they called me and said, "Hey, we apologize for rescinding," or whatever like that. That's a whole other story. But yeah, so that would be my lessons, that I'm stronger and smarter than I thought I was, and what am I taking in? Um, intentionality, just being intentional. I think if I can get that underway, discipline will come along with it. Because if I'm intentional about the things that I'm doing, that means I'm razor focused on these things. And so, Paula, and I'm gonna make them realistic. Like, I'm not gonna be like, okay, I'm finna fast the total fast the first 60 days of the year. Because I know by day 2, I'm gonna be like, let me go ahead and go to Ruth Chris. You know what I'm saying? So just no for real, just about being intentional, even with the weight loss. Like, I'm finally in a groove now. They say it takes 21 days for a habit to form a habit. And so, like, I've been working out consistently. So I'm just like, I definitely want to carry that into the next year. And I'm up to 4 days. By mid-year, I want to go to 5. So yeah,
Mm,
you
mm,
know.
mm, mm,
So
mm.
that would be me. Juno, what about you?
Um, I learned a lot in 2023. I learned a lot about myself.
Mhm,
About I also learned that it's okay to just not want to.
mm.
I just don't want to. Like, it's okay.
I don't have a reason.
I don't have a reason. I don't have, and I think having been in church for so long, growing up in church for all of my life, feeling like to that for you not to want to do something, there has to be a reason tied to it.
Mhm.
Yeah.
Like, and that if you don't want to, and there isn't a reason tied to it, then that's selfish.
Mm,
So getting out of that, like getting out of the habit of abusing myself, right? Running myself in the ground, because my body shut down on me at the end of 22. My body shut down. And in the 22, I was in hospital. Going into 2023, I was on bed rest. So
mhm,
I was forced to sit down.
mhm,
I was forced to not be at church. I was forced to be at home. My
mhm.
body shut down on me. And so it's in that healing process where I learned you got to give yourself some grace. You have to give yourself some grace. You have to be okay with just not wanting to, and that is okay. That is not a sin. You're not doing anybody wrong. You not wrong for just not wanting to. It's okay. But that, I'll say, that has been the greatest lesson I've the greatest and most beneficial lesson that I've learned this for 23, 24. I am My goal for 24 is just to be intentional about being intentional.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like I'm just going to I want to be intentional about being intentional, and I want to let me be intentional about consistency, because that's really where it starts, where everything starts. Not just weight loss, just consistent, just maintaining, not letting my household chores get away from me like I do, like just
Your house dirty, Juno?
No,
yeah.
in every area being intentional.
Hmm. It is.
Every area.
It
Yeah.
is every area being intentional. And I it's a lot. Like, it go working, going, doing, and you get tired. Like, you just get tired. And so you making household chores a priority, making myself a priority, making not getting so busy with doing that I don't do.
for you. Mhm.
Yeah.
Okay.
That's
Mhm.
good.
What about you?
Um, I would say I mentioned I think the last time we were together that what I was most proud of for 2023 wasn't a lot of projects that I did. It was self development, and
Wow.
I remember about mid year I started praying to God about confidence for my son, and I said, you know what? It ain't just him. It's me and my husband too. I need to pray for all three of us about confidence. And it seemed like when I prayed for confidence, it felt like he stripped me of what I had left. And I said, hold on.
Wow.
That ain't what I asked for. I asked to help gain my confidence. And it feels like I've lost even more. But what I realized during that time is that my confidence was rather false because it was built on
Mm.
other people. So he had to, I had to rid myself of that and build from the ground up, and realize that God made me special before my mom even knew of my existence, right? So, and my who God made me is not necessarily connected to a person. It's
Mhm.
connected to his plan for my life, and his plan for my life is specific to me, and that I don't have to be ashamed of being confident and walking in his plan for my life. And then I had to also learn how to like be okay without being needed. Like my whole life, I've always been in a position where I had to be there. I had to, I had to, uh I had to be in position even when I didn't feel good, even when I just had to be there. There was no leniency for me. Like I just always had to be there. So then when I got to a point where I'm in a new ministry and I it's so many other people that are gifted in there, I'm like, dang, I got to get used to not being needed. You know what I'm saying? Like I had to learn that for myself because I've always needed to be needed. So that allowed me time to take care of myself,
Mhm.
something
And,
that I
and
hadn't done all my life,
mhm.
right? And so, or even step back and just sometimes, people would ask me questions. I sometimes say, let my husband answer it. I don't think I've ever been that person, you know what I'm saying? Because my mouth's so big. I'm a mouthy person. So, it was just a year of just like self reflection. A lot of times I realized that when I was tripping, it wasn't nobody else, it was me. Like
Oh.
it wasn't nobody else's fault. It, it was literally me. So that kept me out of other folk business, and because I needed all the time I had to focus on my own on me, because I need a lot of work. So the whole year
Come
was
here.
about self-development and just realizing and being okay with saying it's it's still hard, I'm getting there, that I am God's chosen, I am special, and that's not bragging, and that's not too much. Standing confident in his will for my life and understanding that I am no good as a vessel of his or for my family without me taking care of me. And so that's been a journey. That has been a journey. That took all 12 months of last year. I think this time last year I was like, oh, it's a new horizon, it's a new season. I had no clue what that meant for me. um but a lot of it had to do with me. It was almost like, I'm like, God, now you peel that, could that be the last peel? But he was like, it's some more that I need to peel, and more and more and more. So what I take into 2024 is, like Juna said, consistency.
Mhm.
I have never given myself a chance of being consistent for myself.
Mm.
Like that's in weight loss. That's in uh finishing a project that I start. Nothing. I have never given it 100%. I start off full speed and I never finish it. And so consistency this year. I deserve to give myself the prize of consistency. And so and that I believe that I'm trying to see birth in my seed. If I do it, it'll flow to him too. So that's where I am. I'm still there now. Still got a lot of work to do, but I'm proud that I worked on me.
Good. That's good.
Lynn, did you say what yours was?
No. Mm-mm.
Just-
Mm. I don't know, baby. 2023 beat me down. Woo!
I got you.
Woo! This been a year. Well, was a year. What I learned in 2023. I kind of can piggyback off Queasy that I learned more about myself in 2023 than I ever knew. Like I had a lot of self discovery. You know, I learned how much I have taught myself to live without certain things because growing up I didn't have them. So a lot of times what's normal to us is really abnormal. Our normal is really abnormal because we teach ourselves to survive off of things that we should have had or should have been present. And so, I'm learning that about myself. So a lot of the things even I struggle with personally are because life taught me how to live without them. You know, because when you don't have certain components and certain things, or certain people don't show up for you certain ways, you make adjustments and
Yeah.
you live your life. You know what I'm saying? And you stop having expectations out of people, places, and things. And so I think that's what I learned about myself is that a lot of the things that I have taught myself not to need, that I do need them. So I've learned it. I've learned just about me. I'm telling you, I learned so much about me this past year. And even my not how naive I am, in a lot of areas, like extremely naive in a lot of areas. I am at the core of who I am. I try to live my life at such a high level of integrity. And I realize that I try to live my life at a high level of integrity, a high level of character. Those are things that really mean a lot to me. And so I preach them all the time. So I definitely, try to live them. And I've learned that because of at the core of who I am, I'm a good person. The optimism I have is sometimes I give people more credit than they deserve. And so the scales have fallen off of my eyes this year
Mm.
concerning a lot of things. They really have. The scales have fallen off of my eyes. And I've had to sit in a lot of reality this year. And it's not anything I've talked to anybody about. It's things I had to come to grips with within myself about a lot of things. You know what I'm saying? A lot of people. I just had to sit in it and realize that it's been that way. But because your heart's so pure towards people, you expect the same purity from people, And I'm not putting like acting like I'm perfect because God knows that. Please hear me. This is not what I'm talking about perfection. I'm talking about the posture of my heart.
Right.
One thing I know about me, I got a pure heart. I always do heart checks. I always be like, let me check myself now. Is there anything? Am I feeling a way about something? Is that a little jealous? Is that a little that? I'm always heart checking. So always heart checking. So yeah. And just going forward, the same as you all, discipline. Discipline. That's what God got onto me so bad about, I think, Friday. Like the Lord, what is it chasing to me on Friday? Oh God. I tell you, he got me together. And he was like 2024. You can name it the year more. You can name it the year to soar. You can name it the year before. You can name it whatever you want to name it. But let me tell you something. Ain't nothing gonna change if you don't change.
Yeah.
And God said that to me just as clear as day. And I say that to everybody that's on this live tonight. You can quote the prophets. You can run around in circles. You might have shouted yourself to death last night. You might have chewed some carpet. You might, hey, it don't mean nothing
If you don't change.
if it ain't backed by some action.
Yep.
Quote all the scriptures you want to quote. It don't mean nothing if it ain't
Nah,
backed by
nah.
action. We'll find you this place next year saying the same thing.
Come on.
You
So
don't
look,
change. If you don't change, this is the key. If you don't change your daily routine,
Yeah.
right.
You're
it's
right.
what you do daily. This is not an event. It ain't me showing up on Sunday. True change is not an event. True change is not an appointment. True change is every single day I'm putting something in this thing to make a difference. So hey, I know that
So
probably put
I
it.
got a question, and I want to. This is, anybody can answer it. What thing or person or situation took too much of your emotional energy this year? That you know,
Last year. Okay, so
like, oh yeah, well, last year. What took too much of your time, too much of your thought, whether it was worrying, anxiety? What was it that took too much of that, where you really should have been spending that emotional energy someplace else?
I would say for me, it was that because I was thinking about that earlier. Is that last year was the first year that I set in that it's okay if people talk about you, they're gonna talk anyway. So I think it took me a while to get there because I always felt like I lived in a place that uh I live for everybody else, so I live for everybody's approval. So I did what kept me safe, right? So making huge decisions last year against what people thought I should have done, I rested in God didn't take his hand off of me because you don't agree with me, right?
Mm.
So that I wasted a lot of time before about that, and I'm able to sit now and say, you know what? The people I thought that I, built so much on, um, they still living and God's still working with me and I'm good. So
Mhm.
I wasted a lot of time worrying about not being accepted or not
Mm.
walking in people's approval, but I feel like I'm free from that. And so now I'm like, they gonna talk anyway. So hallelujah. I'm gonna keep worshiping, keep being me. So yeah.
Okay. Anybody else? Lynn, Juna?
Mm,
That's a loaded question.
yeah,
I gotta sit in that for a little while, because like for me, with the lesson that I shared that I learned, as far as me being okay with just not wanting to,
Mhm.
uh, as it relates to other people's goings on.
Mhm.
Um, I didn't spend any time at all, like worrying about what anybody had to say, why they said it. Being that, I've only been back in Birmingham since 15, so really don't nobody really know me like that. So I don't have those kinds of relationships here. Um, but I do know what it means to kind of overextend and obligate myself. And so regardless, but the whole talking about me, and I didn't really deal with that much. Like,
Mhm.
because like I don't fool up. So I mean it's not like it is what it is. But and those that know of me only know of me, you know what I mean? And I don't
They
spend
don't
too
know.
much time, and you don't really run in the same kind of circles where people
yeah.
could kind of talk about you or whatever, so
Mhm.
yeah. And maybe they do, and maybe I'm clueless, right? But anyway, but for me, right, but for me, I don't know that I spent a lot of time on any one thing, or too much time
Mhm.
on any one thing. I will say that I did allow um myself to, for a moment, uh get sucked back into a situation where no, because it the minute that old thing uh that I had a problem with surfaced, I was able to put distance. So
Mhm.
I would say, if anything, it would be making an effort to go back into a situation that I wanted to be hopeful about, but was still a little bit apprehensive. And when that old thing showed its head, I cut it off. I just disconnected.
Okay.
But nothing that spent too much time, right?
Mhm.
Nothing too much time. Mm-mm.
Okay. Lynn, anything for you?
I mean, I can't really say that well, the church project took,
Mm-hmm.
really consumed me, but I don't really know if that's negative. The only negative
Right.
part of it is I dealt with a lot of anxiety during that time. I dealt with
Mhm.
a lot of probably I would say worrying. I don't really know if I could say worrying, but
Yeah.
just when the weight of something, that it rises and falls on you, that's a lot.
Mm-hmm.
That's a lot. So that project was a lot. Carrying it was a lot. Um, the emotional energy, like I really didn't have much time for anybody. And
Yeah.
like people was pulling on me so much, trying to go to lunch, people trying to meet me, people trying to, want to be mental, all these different stuff. And I just had to keep just saying no because I did not have the energy. And even after the project was over, people was like, hey, don't forget about baby, see me in March. Because I don't think people
Of
understand.
25.
No, I'm still in mental
Yeah.
recovery.
Mm-hmm.
Like that took everything from me. Like my life. I have a life for 6 months. You know what
Mhm.
I'm saying? I'm at the church multiple days a week, from morning to night some days, especially
And you ain't down the street.
yeah, yeah. That's another thing. And then by the time I'm walking out of the church, because I've been up and down ladders, I'm on the floor, I'm crawling on the floor, I'm up under this. Baby, I would be walking out of there bow legged. I'm talking about so sore. And by the
Jesus.
time I would get home, because my house 40 minutes away, by the time I get to the house, I'm stiff when I get ready to
Right.
get out the car, and so a lot of nights I would go all day and wouldn't eat
Mhm.
until I got home at 8 o'clock at night. And I would just run a hot bath. Even before I ate, I was like, I just got to get into many nights I fell asleep in the tub,
Yeah.
and I'm so glad that I didn't allow people to pull me into something during this project because I really wasn't going to be any good to anybody
Right.
because I couldn't give you nothing for real, because it was consuming me. The
Mhm.
one or two little times that I did go somewhere for real, it was so minute, and so, nothing to it. It just, I still was squeezing, and I'm just glad that, people that I did go somewhere with, I mean, I could count my on this hand literally in a 6 months time. They didn't put no pressure on me. You know
Right.
what I'm saying about being somewhere, but that thing consumed me in every way.
Mm-hmm.
Level of sacrifice that I made for that financially, spiritually, physically, emotionally, it took it.
Yeah.
And I still ain't that completely, and I've learned this one thing. Let me say this too. I've learned this about, in 2023. People really don't respect what's on your life. You have to make people respect what's on your life, especially family. You know what I'm saying? And sometimes people that's in close proximity to you, that not people that necessarily walk with you, but people that's in close proximity to you, they don't really respect the level of sacrifice. Like people don't think you be tired. People don't, it's
Mm-hmm.
almost like people like you don't have a right to be tired and be exhausted. And I've learned in these last few months, hey, I'm tired, I'm not coming. I'm exhausted, I'm not coming. It's almost like you. If I'm not doing nothing, it's not nothing to not do.
None than I
Mhm.
do. I mean, that's it.
Yeah.
I don't want
Uh,
to.
Nikki said that she was too anxious for God to send me a mate and missing what I was accomplishing with that one. I think this is the first
I
year that last night that I didn't even talk to God about a mate. This is the
Wow.
first year. Like I didn't even be like, okay, God, it's me again. I'm telling you, I ain't even bring it up. And I didn't realize that until I saw what Nikki texts. And I think it's because like I just want to finish this degree. And because, and I think for me, and I know it sounds repetitive because that's all I talk about, but like that's the major thing in my life right now. And
Yes.
I didn't understand. I was talking to a friend of mine and she was just like, Pauletta, it's so hard because it's 1%. You're going to be part of 1% of African American women that have this type of a degree. So
Wow.
if it's just 1%, that lets you know how hard it is to get up in that 1%.
Mm.
You know what I'm saying? And so this process has affected ministry. It has affected, me personally. Like emotional eating was like at an all-time high. you know it has affected my work. Like every this has consumed every part of my being. And I
Yeah.
think right now I'm just like, if I could just, like, finally, for the first time in 6 years, I could see the light at the end of the tunnel.
See
Wow.
the
For the
light.
first time, like,
Let
just
me ask you this. During this process, do you think if somebody would come along and understood where you were, like didn't put any pressure on you about a relationship or going and doing because they knew that you were working hard on your dissertation, but was offering support, would that have been possible? Or do you still think that person would have been a distraction, regardless of how they came in?
they would have been a distraction
I think
because
so too.
um I
And
would
it
have
would have
been
also
focused
depend on
on,
your.
right, I
Mhm.
would have been focused on making sure that I made time for them. You know what I'm saying? Like, like there were even times when like we talk every night. And there were times when I didn't talk, but in my mind I'm like, oh my God, I didn't call in. But it's because like I'm so consumed with this, so I can imagine what it would have
I
been
think
like.
we both was kind of going through that because I was consumed with what I
Yeah,
was
yeah,
doing, you know.
yeah.
And I don't
And
even know how I could have fit somebody in that. Like I needed to be alone.
mm-hmm, mm-hmm,
I needed to walk. It was something about me walking this alone that has a purpose. I don't really even know what that is yet, but it's something about it.
mm-hmm,
Even now when people try to come alone or try to talk, I'm just like, child, like it's so much you gotta be able to, not so much, but just you have to compliment where I am and what I do. Or
mm-hmm,
it's purpose.
mm-hmm.
It's
Yeah,
purpose because I
yeah,
don't have time to be carrying this and you too. Like I don't have time for it. So
right. And there's a part of me that has a that feels like I'm going back into the tent with Sarah, you know, with how Sarah was, laughing in the tent, like really like, oh, I'm finna be pregnant. I'm 98 years old. I'm finna be pregnant, God. You know what I'm saying? And so I feel myself like I'm at the threshold. I'm not in the tent yet.
I was finna ask you that.
You know what I'm saying? I'm not in the tent yet, but I'm at the threshold. And I think what really has pushed me even closer to the threshold is the closer I'm getting to attaining this degree. Because and hear me, please hear me. I know that that can be intimidating or a put off for men because they'll just see the two letters in front of my name and cancel me out and
But
not know
not if
that.
you don't lead with that. Now if you lead with
Right.
that, they
But
don't
I
want you.
know, but I'm saying even if you don't leave with
Yeah,
it, when you tell somebody that,
you don't leave with that.
you know what I'm saying? No, I'm not.
I can tell you that right now.
No, I'm not. I'm not
You
gonna.
don't leave with that, baby. You know me? I know.
It depends. It depends on the environment.
You gonna leave with that.
Now, if I'm at the handsome brute, I'm just gonna be like, no, I'm joking. But
Want me to tell you what's funny? I never knew what you was talking about when you would call a handsome brute. I was going through Isley and I saw someone say, "That's what, that's what Pauletta be going."
I know my daddy done bought her a drink or two. I know he has. I know he has. And I think I saw them kind of look at each other when they first met, like, but didn't say nothing to me. Let me find out. They up and uproot some stuff.
But Pauletta, I don't think, I think, I think, I think. but that's with anything, right? You don't want nobody that's gonna be intimidated by what you do, regardless of,
Right.
Right. But I'm just saying, so I like I said, like I feel myself, like I can look in the tent. I ain't in the tent, but I have that. God, this ain't gonna happen.
Okay, let me ask y'all that since y'all saying that. Does he have to match everything that you have?
No,
Is that really
realist.
is that realistic? That's number one. Number two, is that even really the most important thing?
no, like I
What's the
wouldn't.
most important thing?
Right.
The
You
most
know,
important for me, out of my top five, in no particular order, he gotta be funny. He got to be
Okay.
funny. I mean, I'm talking about like, oh God, please shut up. Please, like he gotta be like that.
he may not be.
And see, and I, because I've been in relationships before where I was like, oh God, and just trying to make it funny, and it wasn't funny, and that was, oh God,
I know what I'm not gonna do. I'm not gonna make nothing fit. I
yeah,
know that. Now
right.
that's I learned that.
And so, okay, so look, so he got to be funny. Off the top, he has to have a relationship with God. You know what I'm saying? And not just coming to church, but I need you to love ministry. I need you to, because if you love ministry, you'll understand why I'm up at the church, or while I'm
Right.
still at if church is over and I'm still up at the church or whatever like that. Um, he has to be spontaneous. Um, because see, if you're spontaneous, you're gonna be romantic. You're gonna do things like, oh, I thought about this. So, um, driven
Okay.
and able to hold a conversation.
Derek said, we don't have to match, but we can grow and get to know each other along the way, building only if we are going in that direction. I agree.
Right.
Me and Pagoda had a conversation not too long ago,
Mhm.
and I was saying one of my priorities with anybody is you can't be satisfied.
Right. That's
Like
good.
I ain't saying you got to make the money I make. I'm not even saying you got to have everything I have to the degree that I have it, or I'm not saying that. But if you, at the core of who you are, you really do love God, you know what I'm saying, and you're a person of integrity and character, and you are not satisfied,
Hmm.
you know, because I'm a visionary by nature, not just in ministry. I'm a visionary by nature. So I'm always thinking about what's next and what we can do
Mhm.
and all of that. So I don't want to be with somebody who's reached their pinnacle in life.
Me, right.
Right.
Like
And
they
don't want to do nothing else.
satisfied where they stay at. They satisfied right where they are. They don't. They go to Destin every year and they don't want to go nowhere else. And they don't fly over 5 hours. Like I need somebody that's open to where we going. Let's close our eyes and put our finger on the map. And like I'm talking about, like you open to live, to just live. So that's where I am with it.
Okay.
That's
What about
good.
you, Juno? Like, do you think you're ready for a relationship?
Mm-mm. I'm gonna be ready though,
Why aren't you ready?
cause I gotta get ready.
I'm gonna say this, and this is what I say, Junior. The right person to make me want to get ready.
Yeah.
Quickly.
Because if
Like
you ask me, I'm gonna
Look,
be
look, look,
like,
look, 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 look. I ain't ready for no relationship yet, but I do by December. I want to be in matching pajamas.
I'm
you know
not
what?
wearing, I'm not wearing those if I am somewhere in
I,
December.
I want to get in the matching pajamas.
I want to get in
I
his
want to
pajamas.
take
No, I'm joking.
holiday
But this is,
holiday pictures.
However,
I was just joking. I'm just joking. Just a little jokey joke.
Holiday pictures.
oh, okay.
Matching.
I don't
But
think I did that
so
before.
what do you think it'll take for you to? He said somebody get her. What do you think it'll take for you to be ready?
For me,
Hmm.
um, time. Yeah. It's gonna take some. It's gonna take some time.
Time is
It's
winding
gonna
up.
take. No, 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 no. Seriously. Because I, I am not satisfied, right? But I've grown accustomed to
Your life.
and only having to be responsible for me and Jackson, right? And so I know that to be in a relationship with somebody, I am going to have to be able to share and be willing to
And you don't think
share.
you're ready to share yet?
Not just yet. Not just yet. I'm working on it.
Do
I'm
you
working
I
want
on it.
think
to
the right person will make you rise to that. I'm
Come
telling
on,
you,
Lynn. I
they
agree.
will, and
Let me
that's
just
why
say
I
this.
say,
I won't say. I take that back. As far as ready versus not ready, I let me just say I'm open.
Okay.
Mhm.
I'm open.
Mhm. I
And
like
now
that.
what I'm not is lonely
okay? Yeah, I mean,
and
Uh,
desperate and just and what and just
like you, whatever come,
no.
right? Because
Uh
anything will come.
right.
Getting somebody ain't an issue.
That ain't
That
the issue.
never.
Right.
That ain't never an
You can
issue.
get that
Never.
done tonight. Getting somebody, getting somebody is never an issue.
Ever.
Ever.
It's getting him or her. It's not getting somebody. But Pauletta, you said something. You was like, oh, he got to understand I'm big to church. Da, 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 da. I think one thing that you're gonna have to understand is because when you were talking, it's like you're saying that that person has to come in and adjust to everything you got going on. No, when you get add somebody to your life,
Yeah. Come
you're
on.
gonna have to make some adjustments,
Exactly.
and you're gonna have to split your time. And some of the things that you do in abundance, you're not
Mhm.
gonna be able to do in abundance
And
when
trust
you get
me,
somebody in your
Lou
life.
Ferrigno don't come through there, whatever his name is, come through there.
You gonna be
and, and
saying, I gotta go, y'all.
and gonna be like, ooh, I'm late for church. Ooh, I forgot I'm
Be
gonna be
like,
in
you
church.
really want to know why? Yeah.
Let
He
me
said,
go.
but by is not being ready in our minds.
He
We
said by us not being
by
ready.
us not being ready in our minds, we okay, I see where he went corrected it. By
Uh-huh.
us not being ready in our minds, we might miss the opportunity to see what's in front of us. I can, yeah. Do you feel like you missed something, Pauletta?
Mm-mm.
Be honest.
I mean, I'm thinking about pocketbook, right?
I'm
And
just talking about just in general. Do you feel like there's some you've missed some stuff? You might have missed somebody.
no, no.
Juna, you feel like you missed somebody?
No,
Oh,
I feel like I've wasted time in some areas, but
Now,
yeah.
not
okay,
missed.
okay.
But and not
Most definitely.
not missed anybody.
Yeah, I think I. Excuse me, I'm back at you. I think I think I would. I threw my pearls before swine.
Oh, yes.
I really do. I
Oh,
really do.
yes. People that has some access that was granted had no business being granted.
Mm-hmm.
Nikki said, I ain't never had an issue. Getting the right one is the tough part.
Mm-hmm.
And
September
Erica
Virgo.
said, I'm not lonely, desperate, or ugly. I'm just not ready. Erica lost her husband too.
Really?
Erica, I can't remember. I think Erica may have lost her husband before me. Erica,
Erica say I ain't
did
ugly.
you
I
lose
know
your
that's
husband
right.
before me or after me? I think it was before me. I'm
Oh,
not sure. If you hear me, Erica, just chime in and let me know. What year did you lose your husband? I know I was 2021. Were you 2020?
I guess if that's the case, then I don't know if I'm ready. Then
You open like me.
I'm open. Like he's
There is no space for selfishness in a relationship.
right.
And when you
Right.
talk, I'm telling you, no, I'm your friend. When you talk like somebody got to make a whole bunch of adjustments for you. But what you don't realize is when you're talking about relationships, you're gonna have to make some adjustments too. It's not
And
just
that's the
somebody
piece that
fitting
I'm
into
talking about.
your life. I know. It's not just somebody fitting into everything that you got going on. Because truth be told, if he's somebody worthy of being with you, he got some stuff going on,
Yep.
right? Because you don't want nobody who ain't got nothing going on.
Sitting up
So
wait on
you
you.
right, and just sitting around waiting on you to dip into everything you got going on. You don't want that. So you got to be open to making some adjustments in your own life.
Yep.
It's not going to be just somebody been into all you got going on.
I'm sad now.
I'm
Don't
just
be
telling
sad.
Why?
you. Queasy, am I lying?
No, she's not lying at all. And I respect you all because your lives show a level of maturity that you've identified your purpose enough and know who you are to know what you want. Because a lot of the experience that you all are talking about now, me and Robert grew into those together
Yeah.
because I didn't have in 2010, I wasn't thinking like that. I didn't want to go travel. I didn't want to do like, you know what I'm saying? I was a young girl, so I didn't have that. So we've grown into eyes together. So that's different. But a woman that is established, I can understand you saying, hey, like I talked to my sister different. I'm like, when I got married at 23 and you a 33-year-old woman, it won't be the same. You're
Mhm.
not going to accept the same thing. But I
Right.
totally get what Lynn is saying too, that compromise is necessary because you know what I'm saying, you don't want him to think, like you said, if he got somewhere he's going, he's doing something too, that his purpose is not important as well. You got to find that in between, that y'all are going in similar areas or whatever, but that may mean that, ministry wise, you may be somewhere else. You just never know where that may take you. And, sometimes they can't, being guarded like that can cause them to say, hey, I'm not going to even try there because I don't even see us walking on the same path. You get what I'm saying? Like, they want to know that we can do this together.
Erica said her husband passed in June 2020, and she said, I'm not willing to make the adjustment right now. I like it here. I get it.
Yep.
Totally get that, Erica. I get it. I get it. Your video posted a while back helped me to realize. Yeah, I remember that quick, Treese, when you text me and was like, yeah, you helped me break off a relationship.
Treese was engaged.
Yeah, but I'm telling you, I've never in my life, and
I
I've
was in
been married
tango.
twice. My first marriage, of course, divorced. My second marriage, widow. In neither marriage, before I got married, I did not master individuality.
Right.
This will be the first time, if I ever get married again, that I've mastered individuality first,
Difference.
which means that I'm going to show up in the relationship totally different than I've ever showed up before.
Yep.
Mhm.
All right. And I was a good wife. I think I was a good wife both times. I had my faults, of course, and immaturity and first marriage mouth, horrible. You know what I'm saying? Just horrible. So I had a lot of growing up, but I know that I've mastered individuality. I love being by myself, with myself. I understand me. I know what I need. I understand it. And so I'm gonna be a different woman. I be telling people, I might hold hands and stuff, cause y'all see me holding hands, God and change my life. And now I really believe, and this is the God to honest truth. Like I can tell I'm different. I can tell that
Yeah.
I'm a different person. I wake
At
up happy.
oh, hands.
It's not because of something has happened. I'm always smiling. I'm always laughing. I'm happy. Like I am internally happy.
That's so
You know what
awesome.
I'm saying? I've never been like this before. So I know that I will be like, I'm probably gonna be the touchy one. I probably will be. So I hope I get somebody that's touchy because I don't want to be nobody that was acting like I,
No touchy.
yeah.
Like you get on their nerve.
Lie. I be like, oh my God.
But
I don't want somebody
if they, one thing I know that if even if you are the touchy feely one, if they into you like that, you'll make them touchy feel it too.
But I want you
It
to be that
happens.
way because I don't want to be feeling rejected.
Right.
You ain't gonna feel rejected.
I don't want to feel like I used to make
How you
people.
used to be. Okay.
Right. Right.
Yeah, I don't want to feel like that. Like, do
Oh,
you
you
like
don't want to reach.
Oh, oh,
me?
oh.
Yeah.
Touch me.
Create me.
You don't want to reach. I'm just kidding.
I'm for real, like I can see myself being a fan. Like it is crazy, man. When I think about it, I'd be like, no, like I could really see myself being like, hey, like I could see myself being like that now. Y'all don't okay, y'all don't understand. Y'all don't understand. I used to be like, go on now.
What are you looking? Okay, so what are you looking forward to this year?
You see how she got that? Well, oh, I thought you were talking about when that time comes. When that time comes, you know how she had got that back scratcher and did that. Like I miss that.
Yeah. Yeah.
I miss
Somebody,
that. I miss simple stuff. Like I miss lotion in my back. Cause you can't lotion your back.
Back be just as
okay.
ashy and cracked.
You know, and
Not.
especially when,
It's just one part be ashy. It's like the middle
and
part.
when I was
Cause
here
right here
by
you can get right here,
myself,
and you get back here right here, but it's just that middle across the back, like
Like you
shoulder
got
right.
blade.
psoriasis.
When I was here by myself, before Chris came home, trying to put my clothes on, trying to zip y'all, you don't realize how great it is having somebody just to do, simple stuff that I just miss.
I
But
put
what
on
I'm
the wall and
looking
rub it
forward
against the
to
wall.
this year is just new stuff. Like I'm opening myself up to something new and different, not just talking about no relationship or anything. If
Well,
that
that dress
comes,
can't
it
be
comes.
zipped all the
Mhm.
way up, and
I
I
ain't,
can't get
I
it
ain't,
on zip
I
up
ain't
right.
chasing after that. I'm really not. I'm not chasing after that, but I'm just talking about new in every aspect.
New.
New. What about you, Jude? What you looking forward to?
Somebody take this trash out.
I used to pull up to the house and all I had to do was blow my horn and I didn't have to get one bag out.
Somebody take this
Now I
trash
got to
out.
make 3 trips. I be so
Okay,
tired.
me too.
And
Me
that's why I like
too.
getting my groceries delivered because I'm like, who wants to pick up your groceries then have to walk up the steps 2 to 3 times to get? I didn't have to do that. I just come and blow my horn, beep beep.
Yeah.
Oh, y'all just don't know.
Like I'm tired of dumping garbage, like going around the city looking to play for a place to dump garbage. So yeah, I feel you.
Why?
Cause I don't pay for garbage. So if the dump not open, I go over to
You
Mas-
think that's okay, don't you?
I go to
She is.
Macedonia and Pratt City and use their dumpster.
You telling on yourself.
But trash
I
is
hope
quarterly.
somebody
You
in
don't have to pay that
Macedonia.
monthly.
Hey, you said what?
I
Yeah,
hope
I have to
somebody.
do pay. I have to pay for a trash
I do
pickup.
too, but it's quarterly. Just pay it quarterly.
I'm not. It's too many dumpsters.
Well, I curious that you going to jail, Elder. Right. To jail, I say.
Come on, Wakiria. Tell
And
it
when I
on
tell you,
yourself.
I'm gonna have such a fire prison ministry, you don't understand.
Erica said, I miss somebody washing my back and grabbing my butt. Baby, I used to be like, go on, man, go on. Nah. Woo, woo, give me somebody, Lord. Yeah. Healthy.
Paulette almost told herself,
I
"Tell me,
need them
me
healthy. I
too."
need the makeup time. I need them healthy now. I need them healthy. I need that
Right,
A1C and that blood pressure to be regular.
right. I don't need you on no Lipisil or Losartan.
Pauletta, you
What?
running out.
I'm just saying. I
Then
want your
you
pressure
go,
to be right.
then you go get low.
Something ain't right with your mind.
Right. I'm just like, hey, let me
Right.
put these latter years out right now.
Now I don't need you to have asthma or nothing.
No high blood pressure.
Yeah, because that's the beginning of everything.
No
But
pulmonary
I mean,
issues.
you can reverse that though. You really can.
Yeah, but you need to be
Yeah.
on that end of it. Don't be aware with him. I'm just saying. I'm ready to go. As long as you keep taking almost sartan. Almost sartan.
Are you?
Because we don't want the ad. We don't need the ad. You going on now if you got the egg, okay?
What
Going
is you
on now.
laughing at, Queasy?
Cause
You going on. I need you. This is what I need you to do. Right out of my life. Okay. If you got
hold on, do that again. Hold on.
I need you to
out
go
of my
on.
life.
If you
Boo,
got
boo,
that egg,
yeah.
I need you to go on, baby.
Boo, boo.
Because you can't help me. You can't help me.
Dream it.
Move it, move it.
Boo.
But you know that's my fear, y'all. Because y'all know God got a sense of humor. And like when I tell you I'm be air fighting God like this.
But you know, at the same time, that I think sometimes we so wrapped up in what we want that we don't even realize that what we want may not even contain what we really need.
Mm.
You know, because I think you asked me the question about, so Lynn, if he, remember we were talking the other day, and you was like, so if he made, I forgot what you said. You was like, so if he made
48.
$48,000 a year, and what you said?
I said if he made $48,000 a year, but he supported you and everything, you was just like, I mean, yeah, you know, like, so like when you say 48,000, is that net or is that gross?
And do he manage it, and how he manage it? Because that's the reality. When it come to when it come to financial success and stuff like that, it ain't how much money you make; it's how you manage what you
And
make.
then I mean, is that your cap?
Mhm.
Right.
You okay right there?
Right. Are you
You know
satisfied?
what I'm saying? Yeah. Or do you want more? Like I can deal with somebody
Because
who may not make
if
a
you make
whole heck
$48,000
of
a
a
year
lot
and
of
own
money.
everything you got,
Yeah. It depends. Cause I mean, you know, once you get used to a certain thing, it's hard to adjust to something else. You know, to be honest with you, I always say I don't want to be needed financially.
Mhm.
That's
And
my
that's what
only.
brought us to have that
I
conversation.
do not want to be needed financially. Like I don't need you. I don't want you to have to need me to put in.
Right.
But I mean, I'm not going to just negate somebody just because I
They
may
can't.
have to put in. Yeah. But I'm talking about what I want
You
because
want
that's what
right.
I'm used to. That's what I got used to. I didn't have to do that, you know.
Right.
So, you know, and that's I'm telling you, when you get that, it's amazing. Hear me. It's amazing.
And
It's
then to
amazing,
have
I tell you.
then to have to not
Amazing not
have
to be needed financially, especially coming from where I was doing everything.
Right.
All right.
to have to not
so
do
Everything.
you went
nothing.
from one extreme to the next.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
No. For real,
Yeah.
for real. Okay. So once you get a taste of that, you know, that's why I don't be doing all this 50-50 talk. People be saying, baby, now I got you. If anything go down, I got you because I'm responsible with money. But I personally, I don't want to be needed. But
And I
I'm
understand.
okay if I am. It just depends on every other factor. But yeah, I'm okay. I'm not like, no, no, no. You know, I ain't like that about it. But I would love if it was like, you know, they ought to be exact, but I would love if it was like that. Like I didn't
I,
have to worry about that.
I would date somebody without a degree. If he had a high school diploma but had a solid job and was
Yeah.
Work
driven and
ethics.
everything, yeah, I wouldn't press him about that.
The only thing I need is I need you to be able to have a conversation.
Yeah.
Now
Don't
that's
be
huge with me.
Woody Katie better
I
there.
need you to be able to have a conversation. And that ain't got nothing to do with a degree.
Yeah.
I'm
Right.
You
just
right.
saying, I need you to be able to have a conversation.
Intelligence
You
don't
could
have
be well
anything to
versed
do with a
without a degree.
degree.
Yeah, I know
Yeah, you could be
somebody
well versed.
ain't got not one degree, but when I
And just
tell you
mhm,
he is so doggone intelligent,
Yeah.
mhm.
you can
And
talk
that
to
comes
him
from
about
reading and watching the
anything,
news.
and he read a lot. He
Mhm.
is an avid reader. But I mean, he can, if it's political, I don't care what kind of
Mhm.
conversation it is, he can talk and burst in it and know how to hold a conversation. It ain't got degree to first. So it ain't about that. But
Right.
you got to be able to hold a conversation.
Intelligent.
Yeah, because I like to have intelligent conversations.
Right. Spratt
Not
said a meeting of the minds. Exactly.
yeah, in-depth conversations.
Because that's intimacy right there.
It
Nikki said
is.
48K, he gonna have to be done paying child support.
Because I don't need
First
her
of
in
all, that's another desire. I don't want nobody with no little bitty kids. Mm-mm. If
But what
somebody
if you don't? What if
inbox
you don't
me,
have to pay for nothing? Then you don't have
if
to pay for
somebody
nothing.
inbox, it's not about that. I don't want nobody with a little kid got to be coming and spending the night and sleeping in the middle of us, and I got to pick them up. No, I'm tired. I have a 24-year-old child. AJ is 23. I do not want to keep nobody's kids. I don't. So it's gonna really have to be God. I mean, I've had so many people try to talk to me, and I go on their page, and if I see a little kid, I'd be like, "Oh no!" I'm telling you,
You
oh
do
God,
this.
I'd be like, I mean, they could be 10, they could be 8. I don't give a flying flip.
You
No,
I'm with you.
I don't want to deal with no baby mama stuff.
I'm with you.
I just don't want to deal with that. I'm telling
I'm with
you.
you.
I don't want you asking me to pick them up. No,
I don't want to be having a bond with them
I
and
don't
all.
want to have to be quiet in my house because
Right.
they
I don't want.
left.
I don't want to have to
No.
wear clothes. Like I want to be free. You know what I'm saying? I'm just saying. Like so when you.
Mhm.
Okay. I'm just
Look
saying.
at Juna's face.
I want to be
But
free.
I'm gonna say this: you never know who God sends your way, but it will really have to be God for me for a small kid.
He better be bomb in all the other areas.
Got
That's all I'm
to be,
saying.
got to be
I'm
in
talking
in.
about he
in
better blow my back. You just don't understand.
I believe it got to be. I just that's just me, and I'm not shutting it down to where like I'm saying, oh no, but it's just certain things I just don't want. I just don't. Even where you got a bunch of kids, period, because older kids are a mess too.
And if
When you're dealing with older kids, when you got somebody with multiple kids, multiple baby mamas, y'all, I am just tired. I don't have time for a
I'm with
bunch
you.
of stuff.
See, and I ain't got kids, so I don't
Mentally,
even understand that whole dynamic.
emotionally,
I'll be like, why they can't go to
I
their
don't
mother's house?
deal with that. I don't want to deal with that because I dealt with baby mama drama stuff. Like I don't want to deal with that. I'm telling you, even though the kids are grown, grown kids can be hell.
Mm-hmm.
Grown kids can be hell.
yeah, cause they grown.
And then when you start getting 6, 7 grown kids, 3 baby mamas, that's just too much for me.
Yep.
But
They better
hey,
be.
I don't know. I don't know. You don't know what God gonna do. He might be so fine, baby. I forget about all of that. I
He
don't.
don't have to be more than fine.
And then
I'm
remember
just
the first
saying.
incident.
I'm telling you, I know for a fact adult kids can be worse than smaller kids. Smaller kids are easier to win over, but adult kids, especially girls, like I'm not gonna compete with your daughters or your mama. I'm not. You
Let
better
me understand
really
something.
understand where my place is, because I'm not competing with your little daddy's girl.
Me thing,
I'm
and
a
my thing is,
lover.
I'm not checking nobody. You checking everybody. You better get them.
I'm gonna love her, and I show up and everything. But I'm telling you, no, I'm not competing with that.
Right.
I know how women are and girls are
You
Mhm.
better get
Especially
them.
with
You
their
better get them.
fathers.
with their fathers, especially if they got them real close relations. Hey, look, I'm not competing with that.
Hmm.
I'll be like, y'all have it.
You got it.
I'm gonna
You
bow
got it.
out. I'm gonna bow out like I'm not doing that. Mm-mm, mm-mm. So
I
get your
get it.
little females in your life in check. I'm not doing it. I'm for
Your
real.
little female.
Your mama, your sister,
Get your little females in your
Get them
life.
on
I
the
ain't
opposite
shit.
together.
whoever you God daddy to, you better get them in check. Because I'm telling you, I'm not doing it. And I'm easy. I think I'm very likable. I'm cool, chill. I'm gonna be great to whoever because that's my heart. But mm-mm.
I have a friend of mine. She's 47 and she's dating this guy. And he's 42, I think. And he wants kids.
See,
And I'm
that's
like,
another thing. No,
what you gonna do?
this shop closed, boo.
Do you understand how slow your baby finna cry?
Pauletta, stop saying that. You don't know if somebody on here with a baby at 47. You just it doesn't have a right. You don't have an internal check meter that be like, don't say that.
Okay,
I
well,
tell you, tell me,
are you
then
right?
I tell you if
I'm
you
gonna
can
take
say
that
it.
next time. Right. Well,
She said, foster
she said
kids.
foster kids. Right.
No, I'm not fostering no kids now. I'm gonna ask you right off. Is you okay, baby?
You,
You ain't got no kids. You all right? You don't want none, do you? Oh, okay then. Because I'm not gonna adopt. Not gonna do none of that. I'm
at
too
all.
busy. And
Yeah.
it's really unfair to bring a
It
child
is.
in my life trying to, because I can't be to them everything that they need to be. Then I don't want to be going no games and no PTA and sitting down writing in cursive. Baby, I ain't got time for that. You me?
Going over the times tables.
Yeah, no, 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 no,
Oh,
no.
I'm weak.
But God knows. God knows. He knows. It may be something that he needs to get out of you. And the way he gets it out of you is through somebody that has a small child.
That's so
That
true.
could very well be, something that he wants to develop in you. And maybe that's the way that, because I've seen some very people that have really like piqued my interest. Then I'd be like, oh Lord, he got a 10-year-old. Never mind.
See?
Shh. He said, babe, I know, Derek. I know they don't have to learn cursive. I know. I was just playing. That show how old I am. I know. Derek was like, and let me say this. They ain't even gotta learn cursive. Hey, calm down, Derek. I'm just kidding. I'm just kidding. Oh, I'm just kidding, baby. I'm just kidding. I'm just kidding.
Oh,
Oh, yeah, I totally get it.
They gotta learn that new map though.
Right. I've been
Oh,
putting
and when I say,
because you're coming in here playing. I'll delete you, baby, and
oh,
block
what did they say? I didn't even see what they said.
you. Good, because I time they said it, I'm out of here.
You,
You out of here. Don't play with me. I don't play. Okay. I don't play, baby. I don't play games.
You out of
Yeah.
here.
All right. But anyway,
missed
you so silly. Andrea don't play. All right. But
it.
there's been a couple of comments I had to delete.
What?
Yeah.
We missed it, Junior.
when I
There's
say
people
you quick
saying,
on the draw,
don't play.
you like Bass Reeves out here.
Right? Because this is what I have to do all the time. Block and delete. So I'm used to it.
Oh
But
God, I'm so weak.
so guys, we don't want to put our projections on you. We talked about the things that 2023 has taught us. And some of you have even shared it in the comments, some things that 2023 has um, taught you and things you're looking for. Almost everybody said discipline and intention. Almost everybody said it's like you get to the point where you don't even want to make New Year's resolutions no more because you did fail so many times. You just be like, child, just let me stick with something. I'm just gonna work on sticking with
Just let
something.
me make it to December 31st.
Woo.
Just let me focus on sticking with something. Let me not put no name to it. So I just think that's where we are. We thank y'all for joining us tonight. We know the game was on and or whatever, but I'm gonna ask you all to do this right now. Everybody that's on here, push the share button. Share this on your platform. Our season has ended. Our first season has ended. We're getting ready to begin taping for our second season. So we should be putting something out within the next month or so. And so you all look forward to season 2 of the Her Lounge. We're going to do things different and better, but we'll be back on live with y'all because we know that we need to pick back up and get back to talking to you guys and letting you all know what we have going on. We're really going to be trying to have a Her Lounge Live. Her Lounge Live. We're really going to work on that. So we love y'all. Y'all got anything, girls?
Nope. I think this is good. This is totally took me out of my comfort zone.
Did
Totally.
it?
Yes. 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 Just, it made it easier because it wasn't just me, but it was still, like I'm really shy. Like, you know what I'm saying? Oh, okay.
No, I know you are. I'm just messing with you. I
I'm
know
just
you.
saying. So this, but I mean, I'm grateful, that God saw fit to drop you in my name in your spirit, that my
Come
name
on.
came up and get it all. But this is good. I enjoyed it. I
Me
definitely
too.
enjoyed it.
Look at you. And I know this pulling Juna out of her comfort zone as well. Juna, tell us about your the theater. Tell us about
Yeah,
the
yeah, yeah,
theater.
yeah.
Oh yeah, yeah.
Oh yes,
We got our ticket.
get your tickets. The color purple, the musical will
Say the
be
musical. Let them know it's a musical.
it's a musical. It's a musical, Color Purple, a live musical. It's the Broadway production that's going to be shown here in Birmingham at the Red Mountain Theater Arts Campus. And those dates are February 9th through March 4th. And I will be a part of the cast. I will be playing the role of Sophia. So I'm really excited about that. So yeah, I'll be in the show. And so those of you, if you haven't gotten your tickets yet, actually, if you want to get tickets tonight up until midnight tonight, there's a 35% off. It's only on certain dates though. So I know
Can you post the flyer on the page when we get off tonight?
I will. I'll
And the
definitely will.
information for anybody who
I'll do
wants to.
that.
Okay.
Hmm.
Yeah.
For
Uh,
anyone that wants to do it.
Queese, what you got coming up this year?
Yeah,
Um,
your group, your group.
yeah, the support group, we're almost full with the number that we're gonna take. So
Are
I'm
you
excited.
serious?
Yeah, we're
You
I
just
want to
put it
keep it
out.
small and intimate, but y'all have registered and just like this is what I needed. And even my brother today was just like, I don't know about a lot of stuff you do, but this here, when I saw that flyer, I'm proud of you. So I'm like, oh, thank you, bro.
So tell us what the small group is.
So it's a overcoming grief small group, and we're just gonna support each other and create a safe space to kind of just talk about things that would have helped me throughout my journey,
Mhm.
that may help you. And I'm
Mhm.
also going to be strongly, encouraging when we're done with our 4 week section, our 4 sessions, to follow up with counselors. We'll provide resources and everything that you need, any questions you have. So we're excited about that. And if we need to repeat it and offer some new people after we finish the first, I'm open. So I'm
Well, you're
excited.
gonna have to do it again.
Yeah,
Yeah, I'm excited.
for sure. Lynn, what you got coming up this year? Anything special projects?
A bunch of stuff.
I saw that shrub. Hey,
You saw what?
I saw that. I showed the
Oh, I
shrub.
thought you said something else. I was like, hold on, what you saw? That was prophetic. Uh, I have an announcement in the next week or so. I
Woo!
can't
Oh,
right now. Oh, but
I'm excited already.
I'm saying I'm gonna rest this year. I'm for real. Mm, mm. I think I'm gonna rest. I don't even know if I'm gonna really do a lot this year. I may have chosen weekend at the end of the year, but I just really don't know. I'm for real.
Wow.
I think I'm going to to invest in me this year. Like just develop me, develop some stuff, and a business that I want to launch and stuff like that. I think that's what I'm gonna do. I don't know if I'm gonna host a lot of stuff this year. I'm not feeling that this year. I don't know why, but it may change. But yeah, there you go, Derek. Enjoy life more. Yes, yes, yes. I don't know. I don't think so. I'm not feeling it this year. I'm telling y'all, it's gonna be a very peculiar year.
Because we are peculiar people.
Yeah.
Huh?
Hear me, very peculiar year. And I'm almost feeling a 2020 type. So I ain't even feeling like to be planning a whole lot. I'm serious. I just don't know. I don't know. But we're gonna be fine because what Chris said last night, but
Huh?
it shall
You
not
shall not touch me.
come nigh me. So
What?
but it's gonna be a great year
Hmm.
for a lot of
Hmm.
people, and it's gonna be a tumultuous year for a lot of other people.
Hmm.
Watch, it's gonna be like a great divide. Y'all remember I said this to y'all. All right. But anyway, I don't want to get into prophesying. Listen, y'all have an amazing, y'all have an amazing night. We so grateful for everybody. Derek, thank you for coming in and giving that male perspective. We are always appreciative of that. Y'all have an amazing night, ladies. We love y'all so, so, so much. Remember, share, 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 and then share again. Have a good night.
Good night.
Good night.